Hi Sagittarius, this is Lost Twin Tarot. My name is Colette if you've never viewed me before. This is a general reading for the week of March 11th through the 17th. Sagittarius, just take the pieces that resonate and leave the pieces that don't. Sagittarius, when I was meditating on your cards, I was getting a few different things. One of the things I was getting was there is possibly a place that you like to go to. This might be like an older relative's house. I was getting like some like old like jewelry, like a pearl necklace or old like those vintage pins or something. Like, like doilies and stuff like that, sort of maybe around the house. And they make really good food, like mashed potatoes and gravy, meatloaf and stuff like that. Something that's like really good home cooking. This could be like an aunt or a grandmother or something, like that, or a mom, just anything like that. Um, you know, anything like that. It's definitely like a maternal figure. And I was getting like something like that makes you feel really, really happy. It makes you, it kept seeing like the sun. It makes you feel really, really happy there. So happy that it's almost like you need to, like the sun's so bright that you need to put on sunglasses. Either they live in a really sunny place, maybe like, Florida or California, or maybe you just feel so overjoyed that you have to wear sunglasses. The other thing that I was getting is that, I don't, I don't even know if I should, some of you, I don't know if I should even if some of you are, if are some of you Manson fans, like Marilyn Manson. um because I was hearing you know like the beautiful people song, like the beautiful people song, and like where the nobody song. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe I'm saying this. But yeah, I don't know if any of you are Manson fans. But the other thing was about that is that I was feeling like maybe you feel like sometimes that you feel like almost like sometimes that you don't exist, or you feel kind of like maybe you are kind of in a place where you feel like kind of like a nobody sometimes, and we all kind of feel like that. Um, I was also feeling like maybe you feel like you want to go to a place where there's like a lot of beautiful people, or maybe you feel like you are like that, like you're trying to be like one of the beautiful people or something. Um, Maybe you want to travel to where the beautiful people are. Maybe that's kind of like where it's like a California or a Florida thing. I was feeling like it was something like that, like travel. The other thing I was getting is that you like to, well, some of you like to, some of you like maybe like to secretly dance or secretly dance, and you like to sing in the shower. Um, that's what I was getting. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. Maybe that's for some of you. Um, I don't know why it comes out, but that's what comes out. So let's see what we have here for you. Um, you have the Knight of Cups on the bottom there for the first deck. And let's see what we have. We have the Strength card, the Three of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Hierophant. So let's see. Um, and on the bottom of the clarification deck, we have the Temperance card, and that's your card as well. So let's see. That's Power card. Let's see. You have the Judgment with Strength. You have the Knight of Cups with the Three of Pentacles. You have the Fool with the Hermit. You have the Ten of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands with the Two of Swords. And the Six of Cups with the Hierophant. Okay. And we'll do some further clarification, Sagittarius, too, just so we can see what else comes out here. Okay. So you have the Strength card and you have the Judgment card. And I feel like what this is saying is that, you have been really kind of like you've been quiet for a long time about something, and now it's almost like you are getting this really strong calling, um, you know, like a really strong gut feeling, and a really strong pull that something needs to change. And I feel like it's something that's kind of, you can feel it. It's a call from the universe. This could be the week, and this could already be going on, or this is happening the week of the 11th. And I feel like it's something that's kind of telling you that this is something for the better. That dove is flying out there. It's like it wants to be free. It's flying out there, all those butterflies, and that's a symbol of hope. It's a symbol of love. It's a symbol of faith. It's like, the symbol of everything that is, wants to be, let out. And I feel like you're getting like this gut feeling about it, this just that pull, that calling, that inner knowing. And I feel like with the strength card, it's almost like you've been quiet for so long, you've been holding back for so long. And I almost feel like it's going to also take you a lot of strength and courage to almost be able to kind of break away like that dove is. That dove is really just breaking away where your current situation is. Um, and I feel like maybe you haven't been able to have the chance to do that, and maybe you see almost like an opening to do that now. And I feel like you want to just kind of almost like, now's the time, and you want to kind of maybe almost like escape. You have the Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. Um, I feel like there's almost like this, the Knight of Cups can be the knight in shining armor, and the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, it's all about, it can be about a work hard, it can be about, teamwork, making plans about something. Those pentacles there, they're not filled in yet. Um, Meaning that the plans are still in motion, they're still young. But you're receiving recognition about something. You could be making plans about something. I feel like somebody, this Knight of Cups person, if this is a person, or this could just be an idea coming in. It could be a water sign that's coming in, possibly to kind of send, you know, you know, send in some assistance for you, and you're all kind of working together in a situation. They could be kind of working with you to kind of help you out. Like I said, if there's a family, like when I was meditating on your cards, this could be a family that's kind of helping you out, kind of coordinating something with you. Um, you have the Hermit and the Fool, two more major arcanas here. And I feel like this is saying, you really want to take this leap of faith. This deer here, the Fool can be seen as almost as the most powerful card in the entire deck of the tarot. And you see this deer, he's young, he looks scared, he can barely stand up, he probably looks like he was just born. He has just this tiny little sack on him. Um, but he has that butterfly on his nose, still symbolizing, to have faith and to have hope. The hermit's there, and I feel like in a way you kind of have gained a lot of wisdom. You've gone through a long journey, and I feel like now you've kind of gained a new perspective on something, and you've kind of gone through that to that what they say, that dark night of the soul with the hermit. But I feel like you also have a lot to learn with that, going into this whole new cycle with this Fool card. Um, and it's almost like are you almost are stuck, but you have to take this leap of faith, and you know that you have to. It's almost like you just have to move. You have to shine that lantern like that hermit, and you have to light your way. You have the Ten of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles. um with the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, I feel like the Nine of Pentacles can represent your living situation. She has, that it's, where is it? So on this deck's a little bit different, but the Nine of Pentacles, sometimes she usually has a snail on here somewhere. It might be on my other deck. I'm sorry, I apologize, Sagittarius. But the Nine of Pentacles can represent, your home situation. This represents something that has, it can also represent a long time. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of, time. She has all those grapes on on that card, and that represents, something. Grapes are, hard to, grow. Um, and I feel like this is something that has taken a long time. The Ten of Wands is something that is a long time. And I feel like you've been almost trying to be positive in a situation, hoping things are going to get better, hoping that, you're eventually going to, kind of see progress in a situation, see the fruits of your labor in a sense. But I feel like almost in a sense, maybe we'll do some further clarifications, but maybe in a sense, maybe you're not seeing that way. But we'll do some further clarifications and see. This could be a home situation where you feel like your home situation isn't ideal for some of you. But in a sense, I feel like maybe your home situation could be improving for others of you. Your money situation could be actually getting better, and your money situation could be improving much better. With the Two of Swords, you have the Nine of Wands. I feel like this is saying, with the nine, with the Two of Swords, this is all about, you know, you're kind of guarded in a sense, and I feel like it's because that Nine of Wands, that's a wounded warrior energy. Um, and I feel like it's because you've been hurt in a situation, and this could be in a lot of different levels, and I feel like it's almost like you're not really seeing almost a solution because you have been either mentally hurt. Whatever the case may be, it's going to be different for all of you. And I feel like it's almost like you can't figure out what to do. It's like you're kind of stuck in your head. She has that blindfold on there, and her arms are crossed, and the moon is in the background, representing, illusion, confusion, and it's almost like you're like, I don't know what to do. I can't figure it out. And it's because of this, this past, you know, energy, this past, wounded warrior energy. The bandage is also wrapped around, his head. And I always, felt like that was also kind of like a head injury, whether this is like a literal head injury that you have suffered, or this is almost like a head injury where it's um hurt your psyche. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of almost kind of makes you kind of confused. I also feel like with those mushrooms in the background too, all those mushrooms there, it kind of makes you kind of um sort of kind of like out of it because of the mushrooms. It kind of like got you all like um kind of like out, like, what I mean, like psychedelic mushrooms. Take that if it resonates. If I, you know what I mean, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on here. Um, you have the Hierophant and the Six of Cups. This can represent definitely, like schooling. With the Six of Cups, that can represent children in a situation. The Hierophant can represent, school or like a mentor. So this definitely can represent, you going back to school, or this can represent, a schooling situation, something like that. Um, if this could represent, your children and school, or this can represent, you know, something like that. Um, but let's do some further clarifications and kind of see what we have going on for you, Sagittarius. What is the Strength card and the Judgment card here? I'm going to take all three because I took all three for Cancer, and they had a kind of a wild one. Um, you have the Chariot, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. You have the Magician on the bottom of the deck there. Yeah, and I feel like you're like you have the Magician on the bottom of the deck there, and I feel like that's what you're doing. You've been manifesting something. You've been trying to pull this down. You've been trying to create this, you know. This could be, to you and like another divine counterpart. I mean, not a yes, I mean this could be kind of like this could represent you and not a divine counterpart, but another person, the Queen of Wands. That could be um It doesn't matter if it's male or female. But the Queen of Wands can represent, a bold energy. Um, you know, you could be just trying to be more, strong in a situation, especially with that strength card. The King of Pentacles is like you almost like you really want, more stability. Um, and you're trying to create more of a foundation as well. But lastly, you have the Chariot, and I feel like that's definitely like you're trying to move on from something. You're trying to like create movement. This could be something about moving too. Maybe you're trying to move from your current situation, and this doesn't have to be that you're like leaving. You could be trying to move, um, you and your you with your significant other, or maybe you're trying to go with whatever you're trying to do. But I feel like you're just trying to, maybe you've been kind of scared to do that. Maybe you kind of live in a situation where it's kind of like you almost don't even know how to leave. um or maybe this could be a job as well. But the Chariot, that symbolizes, it has that snail on its back in here. you know the snail symbolizes its home. So I feel like it's almost like you're trying to, almost like move from the home. Let's see what you have with the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Let's see what we have here for you. You have the Ace of Wands. You have the Six of Swords on the bottom. So you're moving on to calmer shores, and I feel like it's almost like the Ace of Wands. That's out with the old, in with the new. And then, the Six of Swords, that's, moving on to calmer shores. So I feel like you are finding a way. You are finding your way on how to do this. I feel like you're putting things into plans. You're putting things into action. You're finding stability. You're getting the courage to do so. Take this how it resonates. It's going to be different for all of you. Your situations are all going to be different. You have the Three of Wands with the Fool and the Hermit. You have the Death card. So this is, that's three major arcanas. The Death card, the Fool, and the Hermit. So this is a complete leap of faith, transformation, contemplation, dark night of the soul. It's a complete, like a complete 180 that you're doing. This is something that I feel like you almost thought you would never, mm, almost like you just have been either putting it off forever, or you feel like just didn't, you never thought the day would come, I feel like. It's almost like you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I finally am, moving away from this, or something like that. What's the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles? You have the Empress on the bottom, and you have these Six of Wands and the Seven of Cups coming out there. And I feel like what this is saying is that, you're making the right choice going into a new direction. And whatever choice that you're planning on making, it's going to be ending well in your favor. And I shouldn't say ending well. I should say it's starting out with that Empress card. It's only the beginning. It's working out to be beginning in your favor. You're seeing the victory, kind of, you're seeing things start to turn in your favor. You're seeing things, you're starting to lay these burdens down, and you're starting to like really realize that you're making the right choice here. You're starting to see growth and potential for yourself. What's the Nine of Wands and the Two of Swords? You keep You have the Knight of Pentacles and you have the Five of Pentacles. And I feel like what that's saying, this is all because, at a time this could be about money. You were either Maybe maybe you could have been put out. Maybe somebody could have literally been, maybe kicked you out, and you had no place to go. Or maybe, this is all about you feeling, abandoned, or um, something like that. You're worried that you're not going to have any money to pay your way, or something like that. Um, and we've all been in those situations before. And I feel like, in a sense, like, but Sagittarius, if you look on this card, this bunny rabbit, it's the Five of Pentacles and it's all dark right there. But if you look, there's all these tiny little orbs of light. And what I like about this card is that with Sagittarius, it's almost like they always have, they always seem like no matter what is going on, they always kind of have an upbeat, positive attitude. And they're always kind of just kind of, you know, they're kind of always kind of they're there to joke around with you, and they're always kind of just, they always seem like, things are just going okay. They always seem like they're kind of just, looking on the bright side about things, even if things, if they are feeling kind of, even if it is kind of raining, they always seem like they can kind of see those little glimmers of hope, there. And I feel like that's exactly what's kind of happening. The Nine of Pentacles on the bottom, that's saying, that things have been taking a little bit longer than you planned, but they are getting there. They will happen, and they are happening. And lastly, you have you have the World on the bottom, and you have the Empress. I feel like what this is saying, this definitely can have to do with a children's situation. This could be kind of what's holding you, or what's making you kind of um what's kind of always been kind of the process, what's kind of held you back, what's kind of always been sort of the thing you needed a place for. Maybe if you're maybe this has kind of always been maybe the drive, um or maybe now that maybe you have children now, um and maybe this is what's kind of happening. um the Empress, and then you have the World on the bottom. Maybe it's kind of what's kind of happening now. It's like you have the Hierophant, the Six of Cups, and it's kind of like, you say, "Oh, well, my children are my world," and it's kind of like that. Um, and you want to start something new for them. You want to start, just creating a whole new life for them. Um, or something like that. If this doesn't have to do with children, this could just be something that you treat better yourself. You want to nurture yourself, maybe down the line, and then maybe, eventually have children. Or maybe you could be having, your family, or your family take better care of you, or maybe you have an Empress type person and they're going to be taking care of you better, and they're letting you back into it, and they consider that you are your world. We'll just take it how it resonates. This is a really nice reading for you, Sagittarius. I feel like it looked a little bit dark, but I feel like it's, opening like a whole new, like, really beautiful light for you. It's really, really nice. um Thank you so much for viewing me today. I really hope, I really appreciate it. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And really enjoy your week. And I hope to see you soon. Thanks. Bye.